How's it going, you guys? My name is Mario Love, also known as Rio the Dev. I am the CEO, COO, and product owner of FT Gamers LLC. We're a small indie video game company based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, working on video games for people to play and enjoy. We formed this LLC back in March 2016, where we started making plans for our first project. The project that we're working on currently has gone through at least 3 different iterations since March 2016. But it wasn't until January 2017 that we finally came down to a final decision on how the game should play. That iteration became REM Capsule Colliders. This game is a side-scrolling 2.5D action-adventure platformer, kind of reminiscent of games like Mario and Sonic, which is where I got the inspiration from. Now, if you don't know what a 2.5D game is, look back in games like New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, and that's pretty much where I got the inspiration from. 3D characters and assets, but in a 2D side-scrolling playstyle. Now, there are 2 types of characters in the game. The solids, which are made up of a single color, whether it be red, blue, green, or whatever, that represents the hero, or NPC. And we have the corrupteds, which represent the enemies in the game that you have to defeat. As of right now, in the game, they are made up of striped colors of purple, black, and gray. The leader of the corrupteds is this familiar-looking object named Kaleidoscope, who himself is corrupted. He goes around corrupting different shapes and recruiting different objects to his army of corrupteds. His dream is to fill the world full of corrupted shapes and objects so everyone will look and act just like him. You play as a capsule-shaped object named CapSense. Since she has this little thing about peace and harmony, her goal is to travel through different areas of Shape City, defeat the members of the Corrupteds, and save her friends from the evil Kaleidoscope and the Shapes of Evil. Now, the game is not at all done. We're actually just getting started with it. As I said before, we started production back in January 2017. And our projected end date of completing this project is in December. From there, we will hopefully start working on a new project. But until then, we've been working on this game diligently and releasing different demo builds for people to play and see what we're working on. Our plan is to drop a new build every other Tuesday to download and playtest. Every time that we put out a new build, there is something new, added, or changed to make the game better or closer to being finished. Accompanied with the game is a small README file that showcases all the different changes or enhancements that are made on the game. There is also another file right next to it that tells you how to download the game and also how to play it too. As of right now, you can play the game either one of 2 ways. If you have an old Xbox 360 controller, you can hook it up to your computer and play it just like that. Or, if you don't have one, you can always play using your keyboard or your mouse. If you've been keeping up with the development of REM Capsule Colliders, you notice that we are currently on build 1.7. Which means since 1.0, we have made a lot of different changes throughout the game so far. For example, instead of having just a regular gray capsule that doesn't move too much, we replaced it with a capsule that had a little bit more personality. One with a bow, eyes, and actual animation. This was close to how I wanted CapSense to look like from the beginning, but her design is still under development, just like everything else in the game. I even add a life system to the game too. Just like in Mario and Sonic, you lose all your lives, and then you get sent to the game over screen. But get a game over in this game, and you turn into the Corrupteds. And that's really a game over. I might have it in the future where you can play as a corrupted player, and you can have like different types of gameplay elements associated with that, like turning other characters into corrupteds as you're playing. But that's like further down the line during development. But in the meantime, in order to defeat certain enemies, all you gotta do is just jump on top of them in Mario and Sonic fashion. And in the near future, I'll add different things like magic casting or other different ranged weapons that uses magic properties. Because in a way, this game is meant to be a very colorful, magical game that people can just pick up and play and just have fun with. That's how I grew up. I grew up with just playing games and just having fun and getting lost in the world. And ultimately, that's how I want people to view this game, a world that you can get lost in. From here on out, every Monday, me and Tiffany Matthews are going to be dropping a different video for you guys. On one Monday, she'll be talking about the business side of FT Gamers and what we have coming up. And I'll be talking about the game development news and updates on the bill as we get them. If you watched her video, she talked about having a newsletter for FT Gamers each month. This showcases a lot of things about the company, whether it's game build related, what kind of conventions that we got lined up, and it can even talk about how we first got started as a company. You can find things like this and everything FT Gamers related on our social medias and at officialftgamers.com, which is currently under construction. If you want to follow us through social medias, you can follow us on our Facebook page at FT Gamers LLC, Twitter and Instagram under FT Gamers 13, SoundCloud under Josie Sarin 777, and currently YouTube at FT Gamers Dev Team. We're always working on this game pretty much every day, so just so we can try to get this out here for you guys. If you keep up with our development, I promise you guys will not be disappointed. We love you guys, and as always, stay inspired.